All right. What up, y'all? Thanks for checking in. We got OG Cutes on the way. Something's wrong with the link today, but he should be getting in any moment now. I like a good 1960s, 70s cute story. Yeah, Cutes will be telling a 1974 story. Good sports show. Enjoyed it. Thank you, man. I got a lot of good compliments. It could have been better. I think I got it down packed now. I think we'll be great. And Cutes has just arrived. I haven't been on time in a minute. What's up, Kev? What up, King Paul? Let me bring Cutes on. What up, Cutes?
What up? What up with you, kid? What's up, Mac kids? We have better reception now. I'm gonna be cutting in and out.
Yeah, you sound clear and you look clear.
I could hang. I could hang out for like 30 minutes.
That's cool.
Then I gotta go to work.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Goob, I decided you come on at 7:45 when we do the shows. So Thursdays at 7:45, and that way you can come in and do the horse picks toward the end, and we can have our guests, regular guests. But yeah, I'm gonna put your cash app up there, Q's. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, it's money sign cutes. 737 7777 37. Yeah.
All right. So Q's cash app is on the screen right there. For those that want to look out for the big homie. OG Q's looking real clear, like a founder of a Fortune 500 startup company.
Yeah, well, let's get it cracking.
Okay, let's go ahead and get it cracking, Q's.
Yeah, well, I was going to reminisce on 1974. You know, it's indelible in my mind when it took place. I'm going to go to the Watts Festival at Real Rogers Park. And I had arrived there early, you know, Real Rogers Park. It was during the Watts Festival era. And it was a place for everybody together, you know, in the city. We all come together, and I guess we celebrate, you know, being African and coming through the Watts riot, and you know, trying to build community again. You know, trying to you know, make things right inside of our community. The older people, the kids, us, we were on a different page. We were coming into our you know, adolescence. We were feeling ourselves. We didn't like each other for whatever reason, you know, whether it's geographical or, you know, things that had happened early in parties or whatnot. Anyway, there was a group of kids, you know, that we didn't like, and they didn't like us. So this day at the park, I arrived early. We had a meeting prior up at St. Andrews Park about gathering to come up here, you know, with a nice sized group to make us fit when we arrived in Watts. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go early. So I left home that morning. This is Saturday, 1974, you know, and I got there early. So how early is early? Maybe around 11 o'clock, right around in there. That's pretty early to arrive somewhere, because usually all the homies get there in the evening. You know, they start pulling in around 3, and when it start getting dark, we operate it better like that. So I got there early, and I was walking around. I had on my sign, you know, I had on my attire, and so I'm walking around, checking out the scene, going through the park, you know, seeing people, talking to some young ladies, you know, just chilling. Then I see this large group of kids, just like 30 of them, and I see them, and I say, hey, I wonder what set they from. So I walk over there. I say, hey, what set y'all from? And said, I'm a Crip, you know, like that. And then the dude said, no, we ain't Crips like that. And then I said, what set y'all from? And then the other dude said, I thought they were Haciendas, because that's where they came from, up out of there. They had crossed the street, because that's like right across the street from Real Rogers Park. But what these dudes were, they were bounty hunters and Pyrus mix. It was a mixture of them. So I'm in the middle of them. So one dude swings on me, so I swing back. Now we all fighting. Bing, bing, bing. One thing when you're in a fight like this, and you basically by yourself, you don't want to get knocked down. Because if you get knocked down, you're gonna get stumped out, and it's gonna be all bad. You're gonna leave in a gurney. So my uncle always taught me. He said, if you get in a fight with a lot of people, you gotta move around. You can't like just stand still, and you just gotta start swinging wild and try to get away, because you don't want to remain in that pack, because it's like shaking a hornet's nest. So one guy hit me from the side, and I fell to my knee, but I jumped back up, and then I started swinging more. They was getting some good ones in. I mean, they was connected, and I'm swinging. You know, I'm doing the best I can. I'm a kid. I'm by myself, and but I know that there's homeboys in the park. The park's a nice sized park, but I done walked over in this other area, and I'm confronting people, and then I ran into my rivals. So I get away from them, and I go all the way around the park, and I come back. Now I done gathered a nice sized group, an even number to match that number. And we came back around, and then we just start getting into it again. Now, what would happen back in these days, the sheriffs would be there. They would have on these green shirts, and they would have the batons. So they were there. Firestone was there. I think maybe even 77 could have been there. But anyway, as we in there fighting, we got a good brawl going. It's a nice sized gang fight, a good gang fight, a fit gang fight. And we just putting it down. And we over by the sand pit. Of anybody familiar with Real Rogers Park, you got the sand pit, then you got the pool area over there. Really, it's close to where they could cross and go back into their neighborhood, or reinforcements could come across, and pile in more deeper on us. But what piled in deep on all of us was the cops. And they started hitting us with, they were breaking us up with the batons, hitting us with those. And one hit me in my clavicle, right across my collarbone. I got hit there real hard. And man, that was some pain. But yeah, that was the fight we had. That was earlier in that day. We had other fights. We ended up going to the Watts Festival that night. So the Watts Fest. Okay, you got the Watts Festival, and you got the Watts Stack. That's the righteous name for it. So the Watts Stack, it was put on by Stax Records, and it took place at Memorial Coliseum. For those of you who not familiar with the area of Los Angeles, Memorial Coliseum is where they held the Olympics at. They also held the Olympics there back in the early, maybe in the 20s or something. They had the Olympics. They had the Olympics there then, and it's like a historical stadium. And that was the home of the Rams. The Rams used to play out of that stadium too, So we end up being there, and we ended up fighting the Brims. Pookie was with me then, and Rusty. So we ended up fighting the Brims on the field. Raymond was already locked away in the joint at this particular time. He missed this one. We ended up, and Isaac Hayes and them was there. They were singing, but this was the type of gang activity that was taking place in the summer. This was the type of gang activity that was taking place all year round when we were out. There was not many jobs for us to stay, to set goals and have different focus, and put our energy toward. So we mainly just put our energy toward, perfecting our thug. And that came from both sides. I can honestly say that the Crips wasn't bullies. I can honestly say that we were all Bogarts. Even the Bloods were Bogarts. I don't remember nobody being a bully. I remember a dude being a Bogart. You know, so I don't like when people say, "Oh man, the Crips were bullies and we stood up the bullies." Nah, man, we were Bogarts. You guys were Bogarts, and sometimes you guys had the number, or sometimes you guys had the thump power, because we would go head up, and sometimes we would lose. We didn't win every battle. Anybody come on here and say, "Oh man, we always won"? Man, that's lying. Gangbanging is like sports. You ain't gonna win every game. Damn sure ain't gonna win every gang fight. Just gotta humble yourself. Tell the truth. You know, don't try to make yourself look like more than what you were. You know, they were tougher kids. You were tough, but there were kids tougher than you. You know, and I say that, you know, with a sense of humility. You know, it doesn't make me a weaker man. It makes me a stronger man. You gotta have heart to walk into a group of other people that you don't know, and you ask them what set they from, and you by yourself. That takes heart to do that. Anybody ain't gonna do that. Only a few people to do that, you know.
Hey,
And I was
Q,
one of them kind of kids that would do that.
Big Lee wants to know, who did you come back with after you got jumped?
I went and got Bones from 9-0. I got Frog from Cute 102. I got a Dancing Bear. I got who else was up there that day? Because they had got there early. I think Ricky Silas might have been up there that day. No, Alfred Monette. I got Monette. Monette was with us, I believe, that day. And then there was some more kids. There was some more kids that had gathered with us. But we had rounded up. I had rounded up a big group within that one turn around the whole back part of the park. I went over there by the bleachers where they play the congos at, in that little stage area over there. I went and rounded up most of them from over there because we had to go all the way back toward where the pool area was, because that's where the rivals were. They were deep over there, you know. And they had got there early to fight. They didn't come to you know, buy trinkets and whatnot and take pictures. They came for the squabble, and they got what they came for, you know. And we came for the squabble too. I can't say they came for the squabble, because that's why we wanted to all arrive there at the same time. So the week after that had happened, all the homies got mad at me for going early, and so they were like, "Oh man, why did you go early and this and that?" And then I said, "Man, this is how it is, man. If you come up in a strong family and your mother tell you ain't going nowhere because you ain't did A, B, C, or D, and you living up under her roof, you probably ain't going nowhere unless you sneak out, you know." So I wanted to hurry and leave before I got any sanctions, you know. So I wanted to just get on and watch, get on up there. That's what I did, you know. But it was a good gang fight, man. The first round, it was bruising the first round, but the second bout, it was evenly numbered, and they gave us a good fight that second round. It would have lasted longer if the cops didn't come. You know, the cops, you know, they start hitting us with the sticks and shit. They should have just let us work it out on our own, because no one had Roscoe's. There was no guns. It was just fighting, you know, which was cool. There's nothing wrong with kids exerting, you know, their frustrations out on each other in a way like that. That ain't bad. I mean, shit. It didn't lead to nothing the following day or that night. I mean, you gotta just, you know, accept certain things in the lifestyle. Some people don't know how to accept. They don't know how to take a loss or win or a draw. They don't understand. They just walking around afraid. They wanna bust caps from a moving car. I remember we would walk through Inglewood, and we would walk up to the park, and we grew up. Our gang was a marching gang. You know, we didn't have a lot of cars at the beginning, so we would walk to different neighborhoods, and the other gang would do the same thing. Crazy Dog and them, they would walk. We walked, and then we started getting cars, we started getting G-rides, and we started going out further, visiting and expanding, and that's how it was, man. And that's the way it was in 1974. Just think about it. In 1974, on Compton Avenue, they had just robbed the Big Five in Inglewood. Drove all the way back to Compton Avenue. That was Patricia Hirsch and what was Sin Q, and all of them, and then they burnt the house down, thinking she was in there with them, I imagine, but they all got burnt to death, and then she wasn't in there, but all of this took place in 74. There was a lot of stuff going on in the city in 74 in Los Angeles, so 74 was ripe for, chaos. That's the way it was, Kev.
I got you. I was just sitting here listening to you, man, letting you talk. Somebody want to know if you knew Capone, rest in peace, from A-Tray Gangster.
Man, I want to send my respects to Capone. He had a little sister named Pokey. I knew his whole family. I would be in his garage. They stayed right off of 81st, in the hood. And my little brother was their best friend. And I knew him like a little brother, and I didn't know the other brother that was with him. But I send my condolences out to both of their families. And Capone, he did like 40 something years in the joint, and he did it on the main line. And he was a good kid, man, and he turned into a good adult. But yeah, I knew him very well, and I could say he was my friend. Yeah, he was a lot younger than me, but he was my friend. I knew his older brother too, and his sister, and both his sisters. Yeah.
To the brother saying I should hook up with Brian Gibbs to collab and discuss Compton life and Southside Jamaica, Queens during the 80s. I'm not from Compton. There's plenty of YouTubers and plenty of people in the comment section that's more qualified to speak on Compton than myself. Brian Gibbs.
There's a lot of people still alive from Compton that could speak on Compton.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we could speak on relationships with Compton, but if you want to know Compton history, then you got to go down in Compton and round people up and see that they want to communicate with you.
Yeah, and like I tell you guys, Cute knew they said Cute, you knew Lil Sodi's mom, and Lil Sodi was Capone's nephew.
Oh, then I had to know his mom then. Yeah, had to know his mom. It's just sad, man, because Little Sodi, he said he was the mascot, but Little Sodi was more than a mascot. Little Sodi was more, Little Sodi was really a cool dude, man, and he was like, and he gave music to the world. He gave a sound to the world that no one else, his own uniqueness to that art form. And Capone, he was like, he was like my brother, when we were kids. He was like, those guys they would be like, I'm going to tell you a story. We would go over there in the back in the garage, and they had two beds in the garage. So if anybody been back there, they know that I was there. They had two beds in the garage and a mirror and a bathroom in there. So I'm in there just chilling, man, enjoying myself. And then my little brother, he pulls up. He comes back there, and he says, "What's up, Cutes?" I says, "Oh, it ain't nothing, man. I'm over here chilling. I'm waiting for Smokey Joe to get up, and we're gonna go lift weights, because I would always lift weights with Smokey Joe in the garage over there." So I had stopped over there over Capone's house just to lay low, because if you're walking around too much in the 80s, the police is gonna come. They're gonna arrest you. and mess up your whole Saturday. So either you better get where you going. I used to go over Diamond's house. I would go over there and mess with Corman. I had friends all up in there. I would go to Rayford's house and we would be in the backyard, me, Rayford, and Big Frog. And I just grew up over there around all of the older kids and the younger kids that would come around us. It was a tight knit group, and of course I was coming from the '60s. I lived on 68th Street. Either I was going that way when I would walk, or I would go back down toward Gage. I'd end up over to Madison's on 54th, or over there, in the back street somewhere. That's how it was when we were kids, man. You don't see that no more. We would walk in packs. You would see like 19 kids strolling down the alley, going somewhere. And this is how it always was, for a long period of time. All through that Rebel Rouser area, that Van Ness Boy era. Because see, the Van Ness Boys started probably in 68, maybe 66. So, they were already walking around, grouping and going to house parties and stuff. We're just repeating what we saw, the bigger kids do.
So while we blessed enough to have Cutes on with great reception, I'll get to you guys' comments directed or involving me after Cutes leave. Cutes will be getting out of here in a minute. Then I'll address those comments.
Hey Kev, you can address them now if they really hitting you up with some deep shit.
Yeah, it's not really deep. It's just kind of bothering me. See, the thing is, of late I've been turning down offers. Not that they're paid, not that there's monetary gain, because we never got to that part, but I feel like there's a lot more people more qualified than I am on individual subjects, particular times in gang history, and even in just history of the Black community and brown community in Southern California. So I digress at that point. I feel like there's so many others. And right now, I'm just really bothered with a lot of gang history. I went on record the other day and said that Cutes delivers great messages to the kids. Rock is for the kids, Big U's for the kids. Even Bam's been speaking for the kids for the most part. Outside of them dudes, man, I really don't see it. I really don't feel good about their message or their direction. And, I pretty much rather let the clown circus continue without me, man. I'd rather not be a part of a lot of that stuff. So if some of those other guys, they think are more qualified than somebody I would recommend, let them go on and have a show and not get the best results. You usually want to get your best results from your guests or your so-called gang experts. And if they want to make that mistake of choosing the wrong person on their own, then that's on them. But I'm really not feeling the gang content right now.
Yeah. Especially if it doesn't have a focus, doesn't have a purpose. I mean, if the purpose is the point is for that individual to try to remake himself, then that's really not cool. Because you can't remake yourself in a more negative way. You were what you were. Who were you? Who were you were? Who were you? Who were you? And that means back in the day. Who were you? Who are you now? That's in the present. So how you going to remake yourself if you go back in time, and you try to act like you were this, that, you did these things, and then you try to say it was like this, but it wasn't, just, I don't know. And like, when you tell a story, what is the purpose? I mean, how are you going to stop a kid from going down the street, ready to do the same thing that you did? How is you going to, try, you're trying to convince someone to go down a different path, then you gotta check out how you telling your story. You want youngsters to overcome your animosity for their rivals, you got to think about how you're telling your story.
Yeah, and let me be clear. I'm not saying everybody focuses on the kids or needs to focus on the kids, and I do tell stories that would not help the youth until I give my opinion on the lesson learned in my story. But the point being that what I'm saying is if you are addressing the kids, and to me personally, you're on the right path. If you're not addressing the kids, if you're part of this clown show with no particular order, not restoring order, lying about the inner going ons with crip on crip violence on the streets and in prison, you're part of the problem to me. You're too old to continue egging on, hiding and lying and conspiring to hide the truth from these kids.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Well, I understand. I don't like going on nobody else's platform either, for the simple fact, come on this platform from day one, and I like this platform, and I like it because for the simple fact, Kev, he did time, and even if he didn't do a day of time, just the way, just the way he is, I could vibe with him, and I've never came on here and he asked me something that I don't want to talk about. He ain't never even tried to come close to that, and I respect that. You gotta respect the man like that. It's like when Mike Tyson went on that dude show. He went on this dude show, so dude was acting all nice, and then he went on Mike Tyson. Oh yeah, so you had the rape back then, Mike, when this was going on. How was people treating you? And Mike said, you know what, man, you a piece of excrement. That's what you are. Mike went off on introducing. Hey, be cool, Mike. Mike said, no, F that dude. This dude's a piece of, and that's why we like Mike Tyson. We like Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson is like one of them daddies that will whip your butt in the store if you act out in the store. He ain't gonna wait till you get home to give you your whooping.
No,
you're gonna get your whooping where you show your butt.
Yeah, he call you out right there in your face.
Look, that's what I like about Mike Tyson. He's authentic.
Daryl Lewis said, I met Cuse a month ago, right before he went live. Very cool brother. Love his message, hands down. You have the best platform on YouTube.
Yeah, brother, I remember you. You was walking by and you said, hey, OG Cutes. And I said, what's up, brother? Hey, I'm glad you're doing all right, homie. And thank you for the compliment on our message. It just encouraged us to do more, and to try to become better at what we do.
Rob Moses said he saw that video that you're talking about.
The one with Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
that was a good. Yeah, Mike was there. He came all the way out of his way, got in his car or rode the airplane or whatever. How he got there, he thought enough to go on this guy's show, and this dude's go ambush him, and that's all that is being ambushed. He was being ambushed, and that's what happened. He was being ambushed. And that's what happened. Yeah.
Let's see. Black destruction has to stop. Save our youth. Compton Girl says, we love Uncle Cutes. He's our best friend.
That's right. I want to see a picture of Compton Girl.
Here's a question. I'll give my answer first, and then you could give yours. Jock says, just curious, do either of you have an opinion on cartoon story he just spoke on about the riots in High Desert and Salinas Valley, how Southern, Northern Pisons going against Crips? I have an opinion on that, a little bit of inside info. I have no info on what cartoon just spoke about personally, so I don't know in what context he spoke or what specifics he spoke on. So, no, I don't have nothing to say to that.
And in my opinion, I wish the convicts would work it out, have some meetings, and reach a win-win situation in there. That's where my energy goes in that.
Kev, can you ask Hughes to do a joint interview with Mr. Munson?
I don't know how Munson's been feeling. I haven't spoke to Munson in about 90 days, but I think he's doing good. I wouldn't mind doing an interview with my friend.
Hey, that would be cool, man. A little short interview. I don't know if Munson to do it. Munson said he's done with the free stuff.
Yeah, Munson lived this life, and Munson was number one.
Have you seen the previews of the show he's gonna be on, Cutes?
No.
Oh, it's off the hook, professional.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but they filmed Munson like I was filming with my camera, so that part wasn't professional, but it was authentic because it's in Munson's backyard and he's sitting on his weight bench.
Yeah, Munson got the backyard. Still got his weights that got heavy from the rust.
Yeah, the rust way more than the actual wheel itself.
Yeah. The only thing that makes me sad is that I never got the buff in Munson's backyard. I got the buff in Tookie's backyard. I got the buff in Alwyn's backyard. Got the buff in my backyard. But I never got the buff over Munson's. We would buff at Bill Pearl's gym.
Hey, it ain't too late, man. Munson, go over Munson house next time you're in town.
Yeah, next time I'm in town, I want to do some back arms, standing up back
there. Hey, Joe Mosley, yeah, call me. Let me know. He might have some 5-pound dumbbells I could lift. Joe Mosley said, man, you look clear. Did you get a new phone?
No, believe it or not, I'm about to buy me a new phone soon, though. I want to get me an Apple phone. That's what I want to get.
Yeah, they're a little overhyped. They're good for pictures, collecting pictures. You get really good quality. You could blow them up without losing pixels. So it's better than other phones when it comes to the actual real life picture.
Yeah.
But everything else, man, Apple might be a little overrated, but a lot of people hate on
what phone would you suggest?
I'm not sure. It depends what you need the phone for.
I'm gonna just get it, to text and do videos and just communicate on basically.
Sound like you might want an Android, man.
Yeah, that's what I got now is an Android.
Yeah, you might be cool on that. Like I said, just the iPhone is just good for blowing up pictures, man. You get really clear, detailed pictures. I got a niece, right? In our family, we had this little beef, right? Yeah, look online for the reviews. But I'm telling you, as a photographer, as an amateur, a lifetime amateur photographer. But in our family, we have the Android people and we have the iPhone people. So in our family chat, my sister and my nieces, they always clown us, right?
Yeah.
iPhone, the battery die fast. iPhone is iPhone. They always clown us. I got to stay out of that. But then we took some family pictures and got to sending pictures, and people started getting the pictures printed. Big difference. iPhone pictures came out much clearer than all the people in our family that was talking that junk about Android. But anyway, I'm not here to plug them big companies. They said they should pitch in and get you a new phone, Cutes.
Yeah, well, I'm humble. I'm humble to anything like that. I'm not speaking against it. That'd be nice.
Christian Salvador, be looking out.
I gotta get ready to go to work, you people.
Hey, salute, Cutes. I'll go on and finish this out myself.
Yeah.
And, we'll be doing the show, the sports show in 2 hours.
All right, then y'all take care, Mackids and Maniacs, and I'll see y'all on the rebound.
All right, Cutes.
Later.
For those interested, Cutes is Cash App. Once again on the screen, and it's in the comment section. So I just want to say this, man. I want to thank you guys that tuned in to the sports show last night. Numbers wasn't that good, but it's growing. Comments are good. A lot of people watched it, didn't comment, but sent me messages on Instagram. So that's cool. McMullen, good looking out. And tonight, I'm gonna let the guests just come on randomly. Whoever want to come on, maybe you want to talk about your team or individual player, and you might want my opinion on whatever it is you had to say. Goob, if you want to come on tonight for a minute to give out some picks for tomorrow's horses, you're welcome to do that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's only gonna get better. It's gonna get bigger and it's gonna get better. And I was looking for the sports shows on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube, bro. It's on YouTube, bro. I liked the show. It was cool. Good looking out, man. Appreciate that. How about those Atlanta Braves? Nice. I touched on the Braves last night. Nice team. Good team. Munson used to buff at Old Man, Zach, and Swan Hood. Christian Salvador, what do you think of Canelo? I haven't done my homework on that fight, so I'll reserve judgment until tomorrow. How about that? It's really out of place for me to speak on smartphones because I got myself a flip phone still. It's kind of smart, right? KM, do you remember what year Cuse got locked up? 1979. Always easy to remember gang history in South LA. All you got to do is go back to 1979. A lot of things occurred in 79, and we did a little video on 1979 on the main channel, kevmacvideos with the blue logo. Love the trip down memory lane, but when we start talking about what's going on with the economy and currency and the world and how it's going to affect us. But when we start, you mean when will we start? I don't know. This ain't that type of channel. I mean, we freestyle and we talk about just about anything, but to expect that to be on this channel might be asking a little too much. You might want to go to one of those channels that's very philosophical, or they say Canelo will beat or Canelo will win. I'll look that up for you. I'll let you know. 79, man, a lot of stuff happened in 79. It was a very pivotal year in South LA's gang history. Oreo, nah, man. See, I've been telling Jerry Allen Jr. about the Oreos, dog. I've been telling him. He said he don't know nobody on the Oreos. I'm like, Mateo, a couple of people, McCann, a few people on that Oreo team. SAG, what up, SAG? OSG SAG in the building. Southside Compton, what up? That's gang. Yeah, man. Man, I don't know about intelligence through cell phones, man. America blames China. China blames America. We know our government is slick. Probably get struck down. Probably get this video non-monetized for that comment. I do like the Oreos, Tony Moore. What are you talking about? I'm not an Oreo fan. I've been telling Jerry Allen about the Oreos for a minute. Was telling my homeboy, crazy boy, Marlon Washington about the Oreos for the last couple of years. So I don't know how you think I don't like the Oreos. I mean, I'm not a team fan. I think they have a really good team and have a really good shot. Them and the Texas Rangers, I feel, have a real good shot at giving the Houston Astros a good run for their money. Man, if Joe Biden pulled up on me, he will forget who he was pulling up on before he reached me. Jerry Allen, with no expertise, is just gonna say he think they will fold in the playoffs. He says they will fold in the playoffs, man. Why you say that, though? Because you're not hip to them. Wouldn't take too much to get demonetized. Cam. Yeah, I mean, I tend to believe that a little bit. They said, poor Joe, let that man rest. He ain't resting yet. That's the problem. He needs to go rest. He said, now I need to watch some more. Pretty clutch hitting, some good hitters. They don't have the numbers like that. They're not batting 300. They're not hitting home runs like Otani. They playing some good team offense, bro. And the infield ain't too shabby either. Bring on Daryl Strawberry. That would be cool if any of the Strawberries would come on. That would be cool. Yeah, a lot of people say it don't pop up, but I don't know. Every time I search, my channels pop up. All my channels pop up when I search. So I don't know what it is. Is it my computer? Is it the words or what? Maybe I'm just shadow banned from your feeds. Maybe you block. Maybe you said you didn't like one of my videos. So YouTube will do you like that too. If you're not liking this video, and you don't like this video, and you don't like this video, all of a sudden, those videos won't be popping up on your feed no more. I'm not saying that's the case, but is it possible? I know Cal Ripken was a damn good player, and I still have my Rangers jersey. Although I'm a Red Sox fan, I will pick Wade Boggs over Cal Ripken. Wade Boggs was nice. Harvey Hartfield in the building, man. Y'all don't forget to check in tonight, the Sports Channel. I know right now y'all want to go watch some other lives right now. I ain't mad at you. But we'll be back, man, to talk sports in a little while. Stay down, Kev. Clean and strong platform. Always. And my good buddy Q's, be cool and God bless. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's just, I don't know, man. Me personally, I've been looking at all these YouTubers, man. And when I say all, I damn near mean all. These YouTubers with the gang genre, they attacking Brick Baby. They attacking BMAC. They attacking ODM Slim. Then you got some attacking Spider Loc. Spider Loc attacking them back. And it's just too much, man. It's almost like YouTube bullying going on. And it's a little like people are starting to zero in on South Central Los Angeles like we ain't nothing, right? And I wish dudes would stop. I wish dudes would stop playing. I wish dudes would quit clout chasing. I wish dudes would quit picking the same dudes that go out. Pick your own battle. Pick your own beef. You know what I mean? It's getting real ugly, man. It's getting really, really ugly. And you know it's ugly when you got real dudes that ain't really into YouTube. They go to work every day. They had big names when they was in the streets. Did a lot of time in prison. When they calling around like, who is this dude? And who is that dude? And why are they going in on this dude? You know it's real bad. YouTube is the new streets, man, of Los Angeles, man. It's crazy. Okay, I just got a comment from a homie. He said that was a good sports show. You already know I mess with kevmacvideos. Good looking out. kevmacvideos. Now the sports podcast, the storytelling will be back soon. That's cool. I'd rather stick around. The circus is full and in effect. I'm getting hot at some of the. That's what I'm saying, man. It's not really making me mad. It's more so turning me off. Like, it's just so watered down and so weird. And now we got guys that nobody know. Guys that everybody's speaking down on, getting all the clout. Like, y'all really going backwards, man. Y'all really going backwards, man. When I say y'all, I'm just lumping YouTube content creators and viewers in one big box, man. Remember, we were supposed to be thinking outside the box. We were supposed to be expanding our horizons. Remember, Melly Mel used to always say how, we not just boxed in. It seems like we're boxed in right now. It seems like all these YouTube gang channels are really in a small box right now. Same names keep coming up. 4 or 5, same names keep coming up. And you guys ought to leave C-Mac alone, man. Like, why are y'all on C-Mac so hard? Because his name is out there, his face is out there the most. I mean, you could have got on him a long time ago, but no, y'all chose to be his friend. Y'all chose to put him on your channel. Y'all chose to interview the dude. You feel me? I looked at Melly. I don't know, man. Melly Monaco. I know y'all keep saying she's fine, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I still don't know her story. They telling me she got a unique story. I don't see her telling no story. Where can I find her telling her story at? And why would I want her to repeat her story on camera? Man, lots of weirdo activity. They blame Percy for taking a pic, but then people that was laughing at Percy turned around to put the sucker on the map. And they're like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a lot of goofy stuff going on, man. I don't know if anybody spared from it. And you know, I got a call from 3 dudes from 3 different sets. Actually, 3 different cities. 1, 2, 3 different cities, 3 different sets. And they all had similar things to say about the comment section. We're looking at some clown stuff. We're looking at clown videos. I'm not saying everybody's in the video is a clown. It may be the YouTuber. It may be the person that's being interviewed. But somewhere in most videos, there's a clown right now, right? And then in the comment section, they continue to call the clown a real one. They continue to call the clown OG or reputable. So everybody's calling me like, man, what is going on? Like, do these people know who these people are? I'm like, no, they don't. Because nobody is really coming out saying who they really are, except for SAG. Bam. You know what I mean? Cutes. It's not a lot of people telling you who they really are. So no, these people that don't know these guys in person, these dudes from other states and countries, no, they believe what they see on YouTube. So I ain't mad at them, but it is weird when real dudes is reading the comment section and they calling me asking why everybody think he a real one. I don't know. It's nuts though. No doubt, SAG, he talked too highly of having who? Who talked highly of having punks in prison? Oh, that guy in Texas. I don't know. You know, the reason why I don't speak on that dude from Hoover in Texas, because you gotta remember, let's just keep it in context. You gotta remember OG Percy name was ringing. And everybody was like, OG Percy, boy, that's a real Hoover. That's a real one. Remember, people was looking to be authenticated. OG Percy, being in prison with Percy, doing time with Percy. Remember that? I remember. Fitzgerald, if I'm lying, let everybody know I'm lying. Fitzgerald hit me and said, dude, you got to interview OG Percy. Man, he is a very interesting character. He's about to blow up. He's the next biggest thing on YouTube. Interview him. I told Fitzgerald, no, I have no reason to interview him. I have no reason to interview him. Now look, everybody's pointing fingers at Percy. Everybody and their mama is trying to shit on Percy. Like, YouTube is so crazy. Remember Mob James. Everybody wanted Mob James. Get Mob James. Why you don't have Mob James on? Mob James is real. Niggas is scared of Mob James. Mob James. Then all the accusations come out about Mob James. And his name became a little unpopular. It's like that with each individual. Like, you got, and I begged you guys, and I begged you guys, and I informed you guys before all of this happened, before we knew who OG Percy was, before Mob James became very popular on YouTube, that you guys have to be careful with who you want interviewed, who you look up to, who you brag on and put on a pedestal. You guys don't listen to me. Y'all don't give a damn what I say. You guys need me to say a specific name, a specific individual, read a case to you or tell you the strikes on a guy. Like, I'm not going to do that. And in most cases, I don't know all the bad about. I just know what I heard, right? But just because I heard it don't mean it's true. So just because I heard it, I can't repeat it without saying from what I heard. I prefer to tell you guys from my own personal experience. However, if I tell you something that I heard from somebody else, I'm going to say, I heard this from somebody else, right? So you have to be very selective with what characters you fall in love with, what characters you root for and support. With YouTube channels, is the same thing. You have to be careful which ones you support, which ones you go all in on. And one thing I thought about the other night, when I laid down, I looked up at my ceiling fan and got ready to close my eyes. I thought about something. I thought, this BS is nothing but entertainment. And that's why I told Jerry Allen, I'm not really mad. Because I realized, how do you get mad at entertainment? Like, you don't watch a Jamie Foxx show and you get mad because he cracked a joke on Whitney Houston. You don't get mad at Eddie Murphy when you see Eddie Murphy pop a joke on Obama. You know what I mean? You don't get mad at a comedian for popping a flick about Oprah Winfrey, right? Because all it is entertainment. And that's what YouTube is. You guys got to realize, I came to the realization that this is all entertainment. A lot of us, yes, extra out for gangsters for sure, but a lot of us, when we pick our category, we pick entertainment. So it's entertainment. Like, it's not factual, it's not history, it's not social, it's not education. No, people don't dwell in that. They need to come up with some new categories. Clown, comedy. Matter of fact, people ought to start putting these videos in comedy. You feel me? Will Smith gets mad though. Yeah, Will Smith gets mad, it's always different when you're dealing with your girl. You know from the beginning of time, man, dudes will go and do anything over a female. We hear it over and over. A lot of wars started behind a female. But like Charleston White once said, he's in character mode, or he's a stock jock. Sadly and unfortunately, I think a lot of people are finding themselves to try to duplicate or imitate Charleston White, but with the West Coast flavor. You feel me? And I hate that I'm even talking about this shit, but I realized something. I realized we still got the game channel, we got the story channel, and we got a sports channel. I'm not finna abandon none of them. I'm not finna abandon none of them. I told y'all a week ago that these Negroes gonna have to kill me if they want me to shut up. I'm serious, man. Look, if another MF don't give a damn about my feelings or what a real Crip is or what a real Crip represents or used to represent, because at this late in the game, at this stage, it almost saddens me when people think Crip is supposed to still be upheld as a modern class citizen. Like I said before, like we part of a glee club or we in the choir. You know what I mean? Even the Catholic priests, a lot of Catholic priests wasn't right. How was Cripping so right? Intentions, what Crip was intended to be, and what it became is two different things. You can't mix the two. You can't mix the two. What it is now is different from what it was meant to be. And everybody, these older dudes, want to make Cripping now like it used to. It can't. It's a new time, new generals, new guards. The baton has been passed whether you believe it or not. You can still speak for your generation and how you live, how it was in your time. You can't correct today's time. Everything changes. The law changes, Congress changes, party changes. Our priorities change. We got priorities now that we didn't have when we was younger, living under mama's roof. We got priorities now that we didn't have because we couldn't even foresee having grandkids. And so what happened here, and I'm gonna get out of here because I didn't mean to get into this preaching thing, but what we started with myself, Baby S Max started. We started giving the foundation of Crippin and giving the history, the origins, individual neighborhoods. Who am I to tell you guys how to run your YouTube channel now that you guys got away from what we started? I can't tell you guys how to run your channel now. So just like there was original Crippin, there was original content. I'm going to keep the C in it. There is original content that we put out for the world and everybody gravitated to. Certain individuals have turned this into a clown show. It's all about likes. It's all about views. It's all about monetary gain, which I'm cool with the monetary gain because we got bills to pay. We spending time creating this content. So I'm with that one. But to trick the viewers, to trick people for clickbait, and to lie to the kids and hide the misdealings that went along within the Crips is blasphemy, homie. A lot of people say some of the triple OGs turn over in their grave. They would DP a person if they were living right now. Well, those people in the grave probably saying, why are y'all hiding all the bullshit that went on? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those triple OGs wouldn't be here telling you to go kill another brother. They wouldn't be telling you to do none of this. And they would be saying, why are you hiding the fact dude was a homosexual? Why are you hiding the fact that dude raped such and such? Why are you hiding the fact that that fight was over some homosexual activity? That fight was over gambling. That fight was because them niggas got too drunk. That fight was because he screwed his baby mama. You feel me? Man, that's a whole lot to be spoke on in this game genre that's not being spoke on, homie. But guess what? I'm going to speak on it, and you can bet your bottom dollar on that one. You niggas want to take this gang history and turn it over into some new clown shit. Man, you remember when I came on, everybody was talking about F out of town and, F Texas and all that. Now we got people zooming in on Texas. Then when they get tired of Texas or scared of dudes in Texas, they zeroing in on South Central LA. And that's where Crippin started. That's where the Crippin started. I seen a dude respond to something Ice-T had to say. And the dude said, man, y'all was funny style. Y'all got your swag from Compton. Talking about rap, NWA. And I said, damn, cuz, this would be a really good show to really talk about that. Because Ice Cube ain't from Compton. And Dr. Dre wasn't the smoothest dressed gangster in Southern California. Let's keep it 100. Like, how can you single out South LA, a whole region of dudes where the Crippin started, where a lot of dudes came from? A lot of dudes came from downtown through South Central to Watts and the Compton. Some dudes skipped over South Central and went to Watts. We all in the same pot. We all in the same boat. We all ride for our people. We all represent this C, this B, or this P. So to break us up and individualize us and try to shit on South Central is out of fucking line. It's out of fucking line. I don't know, damn nigga on YouTube to be trying to shit on Compton or individually pick out dudes from Compton. I don't know nobody. And it's a cold conversation to have because I fuck with a lot of dudes from Compton. A lot of dudes from Compton. I have nothing but the utmost respect and love for them dudes. If you from Compton and you feel like that about a dude from South LA, you should show that same love. So that's where it goes back to where I be saying other dudes don't bite their tongue. Other dudes don't care about my feelings. Why the fuck should I care about another nigga feelings and he don't care about mine? You feel me? I'm out of here, man. We on at 7 o'clock on the sports channel. Much love. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for giving me your ear for an hour. Appreciate it. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace.